Tiger brands back to full production after what many would call a year of blunders for the company.
Definitely, and this time around they're saying they've gotten a certificate from the municipality in Polokwane to reopen that particular factory that got them in trouble in terms of those Listeriosis deaths, because that's where the outbreak was pinned to have come from. Of course, this is subsequent to their reopening of the Germiston plant that they've had, and they're saying they're now opening those two departments of theirs in terms of cold meats under strict conditions. There's a codex conditions that have been put forward by the Department of Health to help them give a guideline on how to process meats and what kind of meat is needed. It's very stringent in that it doesn't allow for any Listeriosis bacteria to be detected in the meat, whether during production or at the point of sale. They're also saying that they're going to have a center, a scientific center, where they've given about 10 million rand to that particular center to give research on these type of bacteria, so something like this does not happen again. They're also holding themselves accountable to a hazard analysis and critical control points protocol, which is a food safety management program as well, to try and make sure this does not happen again.
Yeah, and then of course that's not the whole story though, because the company has a case to answer to.
Definitely, the High Court in Johannesburg actually giving out a lawsuit in connection to the Listeriosis outbreak in South Africa. Several firms represented by Richard Spoor attorneys saying that they're going to be taking on the company. There's more than 1,000 people that have laid a complaint against the company for the outbreak. Of course, 189 people had died from that particular outbreak. It's something they've already kept in terms of losses, about 380 million in terms of a write-off for this particular lawsuit, but it could go well beyond that. They are currently budgeting at 1 million rand per person in terms of that lawsuit, and they haven't gone against the lawsuit as yet. But what could happen is that a lot of people could be calling for much more, because a lot of people have gotten damages from that particular outbreak and also have gone to hospital. Some of them even died. So family members trying to make sure that they can get as much as they can, especially if somebody had died and they were a breadwinner. So it's still not the end for them. Their share price was flat today at 271 per share, but I think it's likely to go down even further next year as the case starts in January.
All right, thanks so much for that. Appreciate it. Mateo Quaripe.